Okay, you guys, I'm back with another highlight. So I put up a clip yesterday and I did not include any commentary like I typically do. And it was highlighting Dre McCray. She went live yesterday to explain the dilemma that she is currently in. She explained how, which I didn't know, that she had a house in Yuma and she lives at a different residence. I don't follow her story through and through, but apparently she was not making the mortgage payments on the home that they purchased in Yuma. This is the same home also where her husband had his accident. She said, and she explained in the clip, is even more embarrassing because it's not that she didn't have the funds, she just wasn't paying it. And she was explaining that the reason behind it, she said it just was so stressful because I guess of the traumas connected to it. And I can get that. Like, if we take the emotion out of it, I know a lot of people don't like her. A lot of people feel like she is the cause of her husband's demise. There's stories out there about her poisoning him. It's some alleged text messages that are floating around somewhere where it's showing allegedly with him wanting to get away from her. I don't know anything about any of that. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. And I'm definitely wouldn't try to paint those types of pictures because it's just crazy. You know, God knows what happens, and whoever needs to be held responsible will be held responsible at the end of the day. But anyway, she went live to explain that because of the traumas and stuff that she went through, she had not paid the mortgage. It wasn't because she couldn't. She just didn't because it was just trying, which I can understand that, again, if you take the emotions that you have towards this lady out of it. I can see that. But also, she was saying that she couldn't afford the current house that they're staying in either, and she didn't know what she was going to do. She explained that in 2021, her and her husband had a financial boom. They were selling paparazzi jewelry, and apparently they made like over $500,000 during that time, which is crazy for paparazzi jewelry. But I know paparazzi was popping. Like, if you worked it, you really could make some coins if you could get a crowd up. So they made over $500,000, and she said majority of that went into savings because of the type of lifestyle. I guess they live very humbly. And so she decided to not work at all and stay at home and care for her husband after he had fell ill. And then after her husband went into the hospital and things like that, she still hadn't worked. I guess even with her doing social media, she wasn't getting paid because she stayed on social media. I don't know if she lost her monetization, but she said her and her family lived off of that savings up until all this time. And now she's at a point where she has to figure out life. And I'm just like, damn, $500,000, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 3 years. And I'm just thinking about like average salaries. People make on average maybe $70,000 a year. And so if she put majority of that up, I'm going to say 400,000, maybe 400,000, because she said she made over $500,000. So let's say she put up 400,000. Let's say 300,000 she put up 3 years ago, and they're broke now. She's at a point where she got to figure it out. They must have been spinning because baby, they must have been spinning. I don't know what her lease rent is or whatever, and I know she lives a vegan or whatever lifestyle, and that can be very, very pricey to do, like a holistic lifestyle. But anyway, she wanted to tell y'all, for those that took a clip of her live and made assumptions, pretty much like, y'all need to listen. Y'all didn't listen to her whole live. She didn't never once in the parts that I listened to ask for any money from anybody. She said she came up with an idea, a plan. She needed to raise $10,000 by the end of the year to make it work. And apparently she has the money already. Like, when she went live, she explained in that live that she already has the 10 grand, that apparently her mother went through some mail because she hadn't went through that either, avoiding the task, and her mom found 3 different checks that tallied up to just over $10,000. So it sounds like she'll be able to stay in her current residence, and she's in talks with a real estate agent about the home in Yuma, and she may be selling that. Maybe she will try to save it, but she's working on it. But not one time did I hear her ask for any coins, so it sounds like she's getting it together. And honestly, guys, like, just think about it. It can make sense. You know, she had money to rely on, falling back and just like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to be here for myself and for my kids after losing my husband. It makes sense. Avoiding certain things makes sense. Her not wanting to revisit the home makes sense. It makes sense when you take all the other things out, it does make sense. Now, for all the other stuff, what y'all saying, like she is the reason for his demise, I don't know. But let me know what your thoughts are.